First gamer tag. In like 2008, I had the gamer tag Apple I-50.
McBender 91.
Alonso.
Oh, it's a terrible gamer tag. Dan2 Rock 4.
God Rupert. C9 Frosty. I wasn't on C9.
Sock my sock. Like the Pokemon, not like I don't know. Yeah.
Electro Knives. Oof, oof. 2 Z's, by the way. Oof. I don't know what I was thinking.
It was like either Mega Jack or Super Jack and then some numbers when I was like 6 years old on Minecraft.
That's absolutely horrible.
None more than Calamity, though. Left in 5, he'll be shut down. The rotation was for Cumberland, but St. Clair breaks through. Oh, getting moved.
We're hacking back.
Situation now 1-on-1, 1 HP on this solo. 1 bullet is a 4-person 1v5. Stand against the random.
Guy to this ball, guiding it down, maybe even get one for the road.
Our own standards here in this overtime period, because if we concede a goal, it's over for them.
He's doing a lot of damage, but he's got to keep you over. He avoids Ego. Bob Waena, no flash, no problem. St. Clair.
So low, Reddick's taking down 2, taking down 1.
Immediately, this should be all she wrote. Soaks with 1 on the icy.
Dead, kill the whole squad.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another Saints Gaming CA stream. My name is Phaser. I'm on the desk once again with Carl, Varsity, Godin, and Miguel Hayes. How are you guys doing tonight?
Doing wonderful. How about yourself, man? Thank you very much. Welcome me on the desk, bro. I love this. Thank you.
I know it's another good day here on Saints Gaming CA. Tonight we've got the League of Legends Academy team on stream tonight against MBU. It's going to be a great matchup. 2 of the top teams in the NACE Varsity Plus division. Miguel, any thoughts on tonight's matchup? Some quick thoughts. 5-0 MBU versus 4-1 St. Clair.
I mean, it's interesting. Like, we're going like second place now, right? That's like MBU going first, like 5-0. You might, just turn it around. We go like 5-1, no?
Yeah. I mean, the Saints have a chance to, get a last win in round number 7 under their belt and claim that first place spot over MBU with the head-to-head win. But it's going to be a tough challenge ahead of them. I talked to Pentius before the stream a little bit, kind of breaking down tonight's game. He knows that it's going to be a tough challenge tonight for these guys, some players stepping in for this roster due to some unforeseen circumstances. There is one of our stand-ins, El Pedro Parca Lane, as we commonly refer to him here. Yes, the man himself stepping in. But let's take a second, talk about MBU. They're 5-0. They have wins against Ball State Black, University of Wisconsin, River Falls, University of Texas at Dallas club team. So the varsity team played against UTD last week, their premier team. And they have a forfeit win against Kennesaw State's B team, and they have a win against George Mason Academy, someone who St. Clair's academy team, our academy team wasn't able to beat. So kind of a good litmus test here for these guys to see where they kind of stack up here in the NACE Varsity Plus division. We were, going to talk to Lane tonight, but I think primarily these guys, they're just dialed in for this game tonight, right?
Yeah.
They want to find a win. Varsity, what can you talk to me about here for tonight's matchup.
Yeah, I mean, you can see the guys right now, right? They're clearly just getting ready, making sure everything is in place for this match. Gonna be interesting for sure. Like you mentioned, this first and second seed of the NACE Varsity Plus League. So going to be probably the most interesting match for them for the whole season before playoffs. So interesting to see how this is gonna pan out. Try to get probably like MBU's first loss of the season potentially on St. Clair's side. So going to be looking at that. Other than that, I think we're about to go into draft a few minutes from now. So touching a bit on that, I think, trying to see which play styles each team is able to bring into the draft. I know some of the academy players at St. Clair like to play a little bit more traditional, some would say.
Yep.
So, try to lean towards a more team fight oriented style, not going to lean too much of the pressure on one single person and try to play together as a team in order to bring that win. So if that is one play style that St. Clair likes to play with and adapt, how is MBU going to play according to that, right? That's something I'm looking out for tonight.
Yeah, I think something that I talked to Pentius about was that, that ability really to not rely on a single individual. As we take a look at our roster for tonight, we have Solitary, Skill, Pentius, Zaku, Crystal Fang, and Parka in for playing support tonight. But like we were saying, they want to work together as a full team here tonight. They don't want to put the pressure on one individual to play a specific champion that will, guide them to victory. Pentius really wants to make the team comfortable. They want to work together, and they don't want to, put too much pressure on an individual, which I think, honestly, our varsity team could take a page from that book.
I
right?
would agree.
I think that style of play is probably more welcoming, and I think creates a better environment for these players. And clearly, it's worked pretty well for this academy team. 4-1 is a really strong record, something that they should be proud of, right? Mm-hmm. So, Miguel, I know you dive into League a little bit here and there. I don't know, what your strategies are when you come to draft, but you more of a team fight guy, or are you more of a, pick your favorite champ and run it down kind of guy? Come on.
Now you ask me that? Yeah, I'm like the guy that, pick my main champion, honestly. Like, in every mobile game I ever played, pick my best champion. Then it's up to my guys to if we can carry it, we can't. If I carry it, I carry it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, I mean, you give everyone a chance to find their footing with a good team comp, right? And like you said, we're gonna get into draft. Pentius talked to me about his draft strategy. He said he relies heavily on the current meta, and
okay.
He likes to watch a lot of League. He talked to me about Worlds. Was talking about some of those common champs that we see there. He mentioned Alistar, one of Miguel's favorites, as something we might see tonight.
The big
Some
cow.
good combos. Miguel, you had your hand up. Did you have something you wanted to add to that, or what was that for?
Yeah, I just saw in the past game against University of Texas, I saw they bring out Nico, Kaisa in their games. They're just bring up the metas right now.
Yep.
It's gonna be interesting if we're gonna play with metas or we're gonna try new things, because meta might be good, but at the same time trying new things would be better for the team as well,
Yeah, I mean, there's a fine line, a balance that needs to be made. Pentius, of course, the coach, but stepping in as the jungler for today, has some strong words for his team, but he's confident in these guys. He knows that they have the ability, they have the skills to take down the Titan that MBU is, 5-0, but he does understand that it is going to be a tough matchup.
Yeah.
So
it's not going to be an easy task, that's for sure. And the guys are ready for that. They understand that well. They know they got to prepare themselves quite heavily. And talking about preparing yourself, you can see on camera right now, pre-fire.
Pre-fires.
Hey, take a little heat pouch. that's going to help you just your game. Look at our guys right now. They're getting ready. They got their heat pouches. They're setting up. That's ingredient for success. That's all I could say.
Okay.
No bias. No bias.
No bias, of
No
course.
bias.
But there is a bias because we love pre-fire.
We also
Yeah.
love Free Fire.
We love Free Fire.
We love Free Fire. At times.
We
Time to
love
time.
them so much, no?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great tool to have when you're prepping for these games. They're going to need it tonight. Lots of prep going to be needed for St. Clair Saints Academy team. A best of 3 tonight, something we're very, regular, we're used to here at SEC. But something we're not really used to is a non-fearless draft. So
Yeah.
we could have some repetitive champions here tonight and some repetitive bans. I think that kind of benefits Pentis's playstyle and this team's playstyle, right?
For
Like
sure.
they talked
Yeah.
about, kind of adapting and playing to that meta. You kind of may show your hand in game number 1 with that kind of comp that you enjoy, but you also have some backup champions for game number 2. And even if MBU doesn't ban out some of your favorites, some of those stronger champs, you still have that. You can fall back and play them again if you really, really need to, right?
Yeah. I think it really gives the both teams like something to rely on and fall back on in case things go wrong. There's always that like comfort pick that can be brought out. If we're used to play a certain composition, it's always easier to go seek it out during that draft. And Fearless makes it so that we always have to look for different opportunities and seek very, very deep in that champion pool. So that's something that's not easy for all teams to be able to have, right? A deep champion pool like that is something quite difficult to have.
Yeah, Miguel, do you want to add on to that?
Yeah, so just adding up, I see that MPU for their comfort pick, I can see them like they really love playing Jarvan, and for the top lanes, just like the basic hero. I saw like Mordekaiser in here and Malphite.
Mordekaiser, notice.
Mordekaiser.
I like the Mordekaiser. I like the Malphite too. That's another good top lane champ.
So it's really gonna be interesting if SEC's academy team can ban Jarvan, and I think might just easy win for us as well. No.
Yeah, I mean Jarvan. You're gonna say Jarvan is the key as we get into our pick and bans. Our first ban coming in through for SEC Academy's team. Varsity will break it down for us.
It's an
what are you seeing here?
interesting ban over here, going for the Vex on the first ban, as we see one of our dear friends having some fun there. But yeah, Vex probably going to be a target ban in my opinion for that first stage of the draft. A bit of a typical champion, as Nico and Azir are some other bans that are going to come through. Some more logical bans to go and take out early on, as they're pretty powerful in the meta currently. We have Nico, great blind champion to pick in that first stage of the draft. So taking it out for MBU is going to bring out that comfort as they ban out the Mbessa. So going to make it a bit easier for Autumn on the top lane.
Yeah, Mbessa is one of those strong champs that even SEC's varsity team, they like to ban out to give Ricky a nicer time up in that top lane.
True.
So MBU understands that as well, the strength of Mbessa, the Poppy, potentially. Oh, I thought the Poppy ban was going to come in.
Wukong.
But
Wukong
Wukong is going to get banned out. Another strong champion that we see a lot here at St. Clair. Miguel, thoughts on Wukong and that strong ability with that ultimate, that cyclone?
Like it's like good for clashes, like for team fights. Like if you use ult for Wukong, like, and then you're in a team fight, you can like at least make a window, opening window in there with using Wukong's ult in there. So yeah, I think banning the Wukong here is like pretty good, honestly. Like SEC really want to win at least one game. Just at least one game.
They got to try their best here, right?
Yeah.
You got to put your best foot forward as the Orianna.
That is the Orianna
For
coming
the SEC
out.
Academy. That is
Ooh.
one champion that Penty has called out that we will see tonight, is the Orianna. That is Orianna and Alistar were the two that he brought up in our conversations. There's that Jarvan, Miguel.
I'm telling you.
Come on now.
Jarvan.
Give it to me. The Jarvan
The
pick
Jarvan coming
for
out
MBU.
for MBU. It's going to be very interesting, potentially also denying that combo that could have been picked by St. Clair, right? If you pair the the Jarvan and the Orianna ults together, that gives a pretty big combo. So going to take that away from St. Clair's side as we see the Victor being picked up. I think MBU, not trying to reveal their hand too much here. Victor overall a pretty overall just great champion in the mid lane at the current in the current state of the meta. So picking that early on is going to secure that they have a decent mid matchup. And they're going to not reveal their hand too much about that, as we see the Yunara being picked up. Hayden, what do you think about that?
Hey, I mean, Yunara is a champion that, the newest champ.
Yes.
Right? And one that our varsity team has talked about a lot. One of the champs that we see banned out in higher level competitions, right? Super strong champion early on. And is that the Xin Zhao?
Oh, yeah, Xin Zhao, yeah.
Yeah, that's another champ going to get picked up by St. Clair's Academy team. The Karma.
That's an interesting pick. The Karma being picked out on the third pick. So usually I would advise not to pick the Karma solo on the first stage, because I'm assuming that MBU picking this right now, they're intending to. You see the guys preparing. That's pretty funny. MBU is intending to play Caitlyn with that to pair in the bot lane. So there's still 2 bans left for St. Clair here, so they could go and target that Caitlyn ban if they so desire to, as MBU is still lacking in ADC. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. A little bit of an audacious pick, to say the least, from MBU to go for that pick in the first phase, as Aphelios is going to be banned rather than the Caitlyn. Maybe going to. Here we go, Lane. Yeah, show off the pre-fire. Show off the pre-fire. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's the good stuff. That's
Shout
all
out
we need. Share with everybody. Make sure everybody's ready to go. But yeah, going back to the draft. Lulu getting banned out on the side of MBU, and expecting potentially St. Clair to look at some ADC denial picks. So we'll see how that goes. But it would make the most sense in my opinion.
I will say MBU's banned 2 top laners, Aatrox and Mbessa. The final ban coming in for SCC.
Oh, Severe. I was wrong.
Another popular champ that we see here around SCC, but feels like MBU's kind of targeting the Saints Academy, or the St. Clair Saints Academy players top lane. They understand the skill level that he brings to the table. Final 2 picks for both sides coming in. The Ezreal potentially getting locked in for MBU. It is going to get locked in. Another strong champion for MBU. I really feel like a lot of their picks have been really, really strong so far, and their bans seem to be, I feel a bit more catered towards just overall strong champions and not necessarily a target ban per se.
Yeah, I would go on and agree with you here, as we see the Cassante being pulled out, and that's going to greatly increase St. Clair's chances at getting good team fights this game. We have so far on MBU's side, we have a little bit of a more pokey type of composition with the Ezreal, with the Karma, and Soraka being pulled out by St. Clair here. That's a very interesting one.
Really?
Pentia's talking us about liking to play the more meta champs so far, but they're going to lock in that Soraka, which is not something we see quite a lot. So looking forward to how they plan on playing that Yunara Soraka bot lane.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about how Pentius enjoys playing the meta, enjoys understanding which champs are strongest, but Miguel, you said it best. If you got to change something up to give some sort of advantage, maybe throw MBU off, that's the way to do it, right?
Yeah.
Picking into the Soraka. The final pick for MBU going to come in. Kennen? Oh my goodness. That is a champ that I don't even see, and I don't even play League that much, and I honestly could not tell you too much about Kennen Varsity. Break it down. I know the face you're giving us right now is a little bit of confusion.
I'm a little bit skeptical, right? We'll see how it matches up against the Cassante. Obviously, it's like it gives you an easier matchup early on. It gives you also some engaged potential in the later stages of the game. But as overall, it's not the most common champion to see these days. Still say it's not necessarily a bad pick, but has good combo opportunities with the Jarvan, with the Karma that can speed buff. So all those types of combos are something that we can look forward to. But yeah, overall, as long as like you need someone that's comfortable on the champion, right? Otherwise, it's going to be a bit difficult, especially against that Cassante.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, both teams drafted, I think, quite well. I think they knew what they were looking for. MBU trying to ban out some of those top laners. Meanwhile, SEC banning out a couple of interesting picks, I would say, target bans potentially for MBU's side, and some kind of unique champions, pardon me, for both sides coming in. Gentlemen, we're almost about to get into game. You know what that means. It's the important question. Who do you got? I'm going to go with you, Miguel, first. Who is winning this matchup? Best of 3, remind you. So give me the score breakdown.
Probably we go 2-1 at least.
For SEC?
No, for MBU, honestly. Because
okay, you're on the MBU wave.
Yeah, I'm on MBU today because picking a side right now, like, it's a little bit, it's a little bit hard to predict because, yeah, like our picks are good, but it really depends like how you still play the game.
Yeah,
know?
how you play when you're in the server.
Yeah,
I agree with that. Varsity, what about you?
I'm gonna have to side with Miguel a little bit, but I'm not gonna go too much on his side. So I'm gonna go with 2-0 MBU.
2-0 MBU.
Yeah, I'm gonna be the little St. Clair hater for the night.
Okay.
Not hater. I wouldn't say hater. Okay, maybe a bit too far. I'm sorry.
Let's
not a hater, but I'll take the other side. There has to be someone that takes the other side and that supports them. So I'll give them the chance. And they're number 1 seed. So.
Okay. So you're
I
gonna
guess
go
it's fair.
2-1 MBU, 2-0 MBU.
Yeah.
I'm going with 2-1 for SEC Academy
Okay,
team.
I was gonna say you can't be
I'm not
picking
going
for
MBU here,
otherwise.
guys. I think that SEC Academies, they're gonna rock and roll tonight. They've got Pedro on the support. Pentius is confident that these guys with this comp that they're gonna bring in both of these games and potentially a third. I'm gonna say we're gonna go all 3, but Pentius is confident in their picks, in their team comps. I'm going with SEC Academy 2-1, and they're going to steal that first seed away from MBU at the very last second here, the final week of the NACE Plus division.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good one. That's for sure.
This guy stole the script from someone.
I stole the script from someone. My bad, guys. My bad.
This guy got it all written down, bro.
It's not here. But we are going to head into game, gentlemen. So I will hand it over to you. Enjoy game number 1. I will see you guys soon.
Thank you very much, Hayden. Let's take it away, Miguel, as we get into the Rift here. Very, very eager to see how this matchup is going to plan out. As we see a little bit of a hiding in the bushes in the mid lane here. Maybe looking for an early opportunity. As we're announced, there are some tech issues happening. We will give you guys more information on that later. But yeah, right now just MBU looking for some opportunities in the mid lane, going
trying to get like first blood in here, Zuko just staying on the tower there, bro. Like keep alive,
looking to get quite a bit of poke damage on St. Clair's mid laner here, going to have to recall and come back into the lane in order for that early stages of the game to be happening at a decent pace, as blue buff is about to spawn here.
Yeah, and just waiting in there for their blue buff, and we can see her in bot lane. Just chilling, MBU just chilling right now, trying to get those gold in there, and Zuko here in mid lane, just playing safe for now.
Just playing safe.
It's too early.
Looking to get those creep score. It's gonna be interesting to see how that top lane pans out, as Cassante's gonna have a little bit of harder time, in my opinion, getting those CS in the early stages of the game due to that cannon range advantage. Excuse me. So yeah, that's gonna be interesting to see, as we see the bot lane getting big advantage in that in that early stage, right? Good poke, very good poke potential from these two champions, so able to zone out the St. Clair bot lane, as we see some trades happening here in the top lane. No too big action happening just yet, but quite some damage done.
And we can see here from MBU just just poking SEC from their tower there, and SEC is trying to like get all the gold you can get in here, getting golds and then playing safe at the same time. As well on top lane, like we're just playing safe in here. We don't need to like play for picks right now. We need to get some items first before we can actually engage here, you know? Yeah, so we can see here Xinjiao trying to get the red buff right now. Just item. Oh, you see here, skill, trying to kill. Oh, pause.
Ooh, that is probably the tech issue that we were told about. Potentially some problem happening on the stage. More information on that happening soon, but could be anything from, I don't know, maybe a hardware issue. We're gonna wait a little bit as we see potentially some connection issues happening.
Yeah, I think that's Pentius say it right now. Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
potentially little computer having some problems here. It's something that's bound to happen eventually. So,
But yeah, on that top lane, you see that like Kisant is trying to kill their top lane there right now. He's trying to engage there, get that first blood, but oh, you gotta pause. No, like I was like, I thought they paused because they know they're gonna die. Sorry, just kidding aside, but yeah, I thought they're gonna die and then they just pause. So
yeah, but top lane matchup not going too well. Let's kick the computer real quick.
Yeah, like it's so sorry to say this, but it's so typical on MOBAs as well. Like when they know they're dying, they're gonna like, oh, tech pause, my keyboard just disconnected. No, my mouse disconnected. Like, oh no, bro.
No.
We just know you're gonna get the first blood or something, right? But yeah, I'm just kidding about that. I think it's really just a tech issue. Sorry about that, MBU. I'm still looking forward to your game tonight, you know?
Well, both of these teams playing pretty passive in those first couple of minutes. No one's getting super aggressive. We didn't see an invade from either side that was effective. We saw Zaku in the mid lane getting a little bit of poke damage against him. Had to channel back to spawn. We saw, like you were saying, Miguel, the ADC, and the support in the bot lane getting pushed underneath their tower, as well as Cassante in the top lane. Looks like MBU is taking a lot of space early on in this game. I mean, if you're St. Clair, you don't want to let MBU set the tone, right? You don't want to let them bring the fight to you. You have to bring the fight to them in this case.
Yeah.
And when it comes to these early objectives, St. Clair, they can't be playing super passive. They need to understand that, they are playing against probably, on paper, a better opponent, right?
Yeah, a better opponent.
You need to find a way early on to set the tone and show them that, we're here to play. We're not here to mess around, right?
Yeah, we're not here to mess around, like Giants bleed as well. Like,
exactly.
Like we told this, like we talk about this even in Varsity as well, like Giant bleed, we like if Varsity can take damage as well on the Giants, like Academy can do that as well at the same time, no?
Yeah, I agree. Barcio, any quick thoughts right before we head back into game there? I know we didn't have too much time into that first one, but anything you can get out of those first couple of minutes.
We got a little bit of a teaser, I'd say.
Yeah.
Just got a quick look and then no more peeks, no more glances. But I think so far I'm really looking towards that bot lane matchup. I think it's going to be where we need to direct our attention, especially for that early game. MBU picking up that big priority advantage that we saw early on. So could lead to potentially, pushing the lane a bit too much, gives the opportunity for St. Clair to get a gank coming. So that's something we could look out for. I don't know. I wasn't exactly sure how the jungle pathing were looking, but I don't know. Maybe we'll see something going on. Early objectives, we can group towards the dragon, towards the grubs on that early game, depending on how the priorities are looking as we get back into game here. And talking about the bot lane, we were looking at this advantage as maybe someone kicked the PC again. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Yeah, someone kicked the PC again.
I think
here, no?
they weren't happy with how the keep. Oh, there we go.
We back.
We're back. Mouse is reconnected. PC has been unkicked, and we're good to go.
Yeah, bro. Yeah,
So.
I mean, yeah, we're still like in so early game right now, so we're just trying to get golds there. We don't really need to play rough here, but we can see here Zuku getting a lot of damage in there in mid lane early on, so
Yeah.
he has to like fall back in there. And mid lane,
Gonna have to recall indeed. You know, just Jarvan on MBU's side going to pick up that first full clear as well and get that recall, get the pickaxe. As Orianna going to have to recall as well. I guess gonna have to use the teleport to get back into lane, and so far it's pretty tame all around. You know, just both teams trying to farm as much as they can and pick up some of that gold. As not looking too much to go too deep into those engages. Not yet, at least.
yeah, like. We're just like trying to gold here because I think on this match right now, I think we're just playing for like items in here, honestly. But
no more talking about the items. It's time for an engage. Jarvan hops in, and Cassante is going to be able to make it out. But watch out, my guy, as you're going to be quite low on HP, and hold on to those cookies because you're going to need that health back for the rest of your laning phase.
yeah, he's just honestly that was like a quick reflexes. Honestly, like he saw the Jarvan diving in on him, like he pulled back real quick.
Yeah, have to give some respect to the Jarvan. You know, just coming off of that recall, has a bit of a power spike to fall back upon, and that's going to give them the opportunity to go for that gank and try to seek out some of that kill potential. This gave St. Clair the information though, so now we have the information on where the Jarvan was. We can potentially try to play around that and look for an answer across the map. As we see here Pentius trying to look around in mid, see if there's any potential kill. Zaku going to try to keep the lane freezing, and Dragon is up, so it's potentially something that both junglers are going to be looking for here as we see the bot lane shift over, and the Ocean Drake is going to be started by the side of MBU.
So yeah, like it's gonna be a little bit rough in there because MBU has wards in there, so I think they're just gonna give that dragon away, but never mind.
Well, watch out, as Victor going to release the Chaos Storm onto the mid lane, and St. Clair is just gonna have to completely give up that dragon and hand it over to maybe not. They canceled the Baron call to go and look out for their lives as we see the flash being forced out from lane. El Pedro Parca, the man himself, once again having to back out of that bottom fight. As
I mean, they just really need, you know, like play safe in here. They need to play safe here, and we can see like how many. It's like 6 minutes, and no one has any kills yet. There's no first blood, so the players are really, you know, just playing safe for now. We don't really need to, you know, engage much in here, and yeah, and we can see here in bot lane, yeah, like I said, just playing safe here for a while. They need to back up.
They're gonna look for much more here as we see the level 6 power spike. They're gonna go in. They're gonna release some of those summoner spells, and the True Shot Barrage comes in. The E in order to try to catch that kill, but that is not going to be enough. Parca going to live with a sliver of health there, going to be able to catch and get away of this little bot lane fight interaction.
Yeah, I mean, that was good. It was like just keeping his ADC alive, you know. ADC needs a lot of item here, needs to get a lot of money in early game. And yeah, still, there's no first blood, and we do have the void grabs now. This is really an interesting fight right now. Interesting game. And,
MBU starting up on the Void Grubs as Pentia is going to jump in. Oriana ult comes in through as well. Pentia is going to pick up that first blood for St. Clair, and Jarvan is not going to let him run away with his life. Really wanting to pick up that kill. Karma is here to help, and the Jarvan will pick up the kill as an answer. And that's going to be 3 grubs, I believe, going to MBU's side in response. So we get the first blood for St. Clair, but that's a lot going to be given to the other side as well.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, okay, the first blood was good in there. Like, they know that MBU is gonna avoid grabs, but they weren't really prepared enough. You know, mid lane was having a hard time in there. He's like low health, and they were trying to do the objective. But yeah, I think that was like a bad choice for SEC to like try to clash here, try to peel, because mid lane doesn't have any mana and something like that. But
yeah, definitely looked like a bit of a forced interaction on the top side river there, as we see Pentia is going to react and use that bot lane priority as his advantage, and going to pick up that dragon, quite successfully. But now you have to take your life out of this because you're in trouble, man. You're going to have to jump in there and try to get out of the way. Flash Capture is going to jump in. Jarvan is going to go in there and just grab those kills. Pentius not going to be able to do much. Going to have to give up his life, but we'll try to at least minimize the damages, and we'll be able to grab a kill.
yeah,
During his death.
as long as the ADC is alive here, you can see like ADC's gold right now. Like, we just really need the ADC needs to item here so much, because we can see here our ADC is like 58, and meanwhile MBU's ADC is like 94 CS right now. So this is gonna be rough for the bot lane right now to, you know, get at least a comeback in here.
Yeah, CS differential definitely going to be an important factor in the bot lane. You know, we also have that kill feeding onto the carries for MBU's side. So going to be interesting how that pans out. You know, big gold lead so far, as we're going to see that replay of that fight. Not really what you want to see for St. Clair Academy. Is they're counter-attacking on the side of the objective, but then they're giving up so much that it's not even really worth it at this point, right?
Yeah, it's not really even worth it. They just killed one support, and, you know, yeah. It's just a support, you know, like, it's like worth nothing, honestly. Yeah, you can see it in the top lane.
We see here the Maelstrom being used by Autumn on the top lane. Cassante also procs his ultimate. Is 2v1 though. Jarvan is here. Is he going to be able to pick up that one kill? Not just yet. Jarvan going to pick up that priority, and Kennen going to just a little run away with his life. Just kite away, kite back, let his jungler teammate handle things, and that's Cassante that's going to fall, and that's a lot of damage that's going to be dealt to that top lane turret.
Yeah, this is why I love the jungle role, because you just really need... Oh, wait. Seeing here in bottom lane, a little bit clash here, poke on MBU side, but SEC is just gonna back off in there. Then we see here, great fuse.
However, no vision on that jungler. Is the flash in gonna come in from that Soraka? Big slow transcend from Yunara. Hop in there, and you gotta be careful because there's a Jarvan coming in. There's an answer counter gank with the Cataclysm. Crescent Guard being used by Pentia is going to jump back in and try to deal as much damage as Yunara jumps back in, and it's a lot of damage being dealt. Cataclysm used by the Jarvan, going to pick up that kill on the Soraka, and Pentius jumps in as well, going to be able to pick up that one kill positive trade for St. Clair. Not necessarily over just yet, but it seems like both teams are going to back out from this one.
Yeah, I mean, I'd take that, because we just really need to, like, at least gap their ADC, you know? Like, we need to kill at least the ADC here. The support, okay, but at the same time, we just need to, like, you know, stop their ADC to get a level up a bit here and get a lot more gold in here, you know? So
yeah,
I think we'd take that, honestly.
Yeah, we definitely take that for St. Clair's side, you know? It's preventing most of the resources to head onto this ADC of MBU, and that's going to be a big step for them to be looking out for. You know, you gotta really look out for those carries, and that was a really good timed ultimate from Pentius. He cancels the dash on the Jarvan, and that's going to prevent his ADC from getting a lot of damage on his health bar. So definitely well played.
Yeah,
well played there from them.
That was like a good player for Pentius in there, because he just like, you know, locked in under MBU's ADC there, so that, you know, we can like at least balance it for our bot lane to, you know, able to, you know, reach them. We don't need. Oh, you can see here in mid lane they're trying to kill Victor, but might just pull back for now, you know, because we have Herald coming in a minute. I mean, see here Crystal and Cookie just playing for gold in here. Like, they just really need to item so much in here, because if not, like, it's gonna be rough for them for, you know, mid game and you know, late game here.
Yeah, definitely going to be looking out for those item opportunities as we see this top lane gank coming from St. Clair's side. Autumn going to dash away. The Maelstrom is procced. Crescent Guard as well. Pentius looking to jump in here as Autumn running away, and we're now in the under MBU's turret, and Cassante just going to use that ultimate. Watch out for their turret shots though. Woo! Going to just escape from that last one as we saw Victor picking up that one kill onto Soraka there. 1 for 1, not in the same place of the Rift, but you know, overall coming in as equal, as we see Big Trey coming in here in the mid lane, and the shockwave is going to be procced by Zaku. Not going to be enough. Victor picks up the kill with the X-Tech Ray and bringing it home for MBU.
That is so low. Victor on MBU is so low there. Like, SCC thought thought they can get it, but at the end they did not. So yeah, that was like a good clash in there and good trades on kills in here. Like Pentius just trying to rotate on top, help top to try to get item in there, letting Cassante catch up here for a bit. As you can see here on Cassante, we have 1-1 and their top lane is 0-1 right now. So, you know, might get a little distracted in there for a bit, like get delayed, but oh, they swap lane right now.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how this lane swap goes. You know, Cassante being that tanky of a champion that he is, able to swap into quite a bunch of lanes as his life was a bit harder against that Kennen, so we're going to be looking for some different opportunities. This Victor is getting quite big at the moment. You know, 4-1, already got those 2 items set up, and now Parka, you got to be careful, man. I know you want to ward that Rift Herald, but you can't be going too deep because you're going to have to give your life away. That's exactly what's going to happen as MBU picks up that kill, and with that is going to be able to pick up that Rift Herald.
Yeah, I think that was like overextending there. Like, okay, we know that Rift Herald's in there, like we need to like wards there so that we can see if how we're gonna engage in there on Rift Herald's pit. But at the same time, it's kind of a little too deep, no?
Yeah, we can't be going in too deep, but MBU does not care about that, as they will go in too deep and they will pick up that kill under the St. Clair's turrets, and they're gonna spawn the Herald right away, and Cassante going to try and defend that lane as Jarvan trying to escape through that Rift Herald, gonna take out the turret, and now we've got some help on the way. Pentius trying to come and help his ally. Oh, Jarvan trying to escape once again through the Rift Herald. No driver license, my guy. You are getting out of your car, and I will pick up your life away. And now Parka coming in to help. 3v1 for Autumn. Will he be able to run away with it? No, he will not. And he will also fall to St. Clair. So overall, crisis averted on the side of St. Clair.
I think that was like okay then. Like, they Parka just baited, you know, MBU to grab Rift Herald, but at the end, St. Clair get like 2 people, you know, 2 champions, 2 people on MBU side, you know. Okay, they took the tower, but at the same time, objective-wise, experience and gold, I'd take that honestly, because we can see here our on SEC side's champions is like, you know, most likely for like late game as well, and but still SEC is trying to like catch up for MBU to, you know, get some item, because MBU right now is currently 4K gold lead right now, right? So yeah, just trying to catch up there, and Barca on a bod spot again in there.
Yeah, gotta be careful, man. Once again, getting caught, cannot be going in too deep, as the True Shot Barrage is going to pick that kill up. And you get a look at the replay of that top fight again. Jarvan going in, picking up the kill, and going to spawn the Rift Herald right here as the teleport comes in from Solitary Skill. Going to fearlessly just jump into the action, but not going to be able to prevent that turret to fall down, as MBU now stands with 3 more turrets, or 3 enemy turrets I should say, in their hands. Definitely grabbing the advantage on that side, as they also have a dragon. 1 for 1 on the dragons, potentially about to make it 2, you know, mountain dragon coming up. As we see the bot lane here, Victor just going in there, trying to grab this kill onto Zaku. Shockwave not going to be able to get him out of the way, is trying to run away for his life, but it's not going to be enough. Zaku going to fall. Parka coming to try and help, but it's not going to be enough. 0-6, getting picked left and right, and going to answer on the top lane. Zonya's not going to be enough to save Autumn from his demise, as kills happen left and right, top and bot of the Rift here, but I think overall MBU still has the upper hand, right? They're happy to walk away from these interactions, getting 4 turrets already, as we're only 20 minutes into the game, you know, 6k gold lead almost, and looking to get another one here, as Pentheus trying to potentially be a little bit overeager, trying to invade this enemy's topside jungle, and will get some support by his ally, but he's not the only one who's going to get support. We've got teleports coming in, Orianna coming here to support. Shockwave not yet back, as we see the Crescent Guard coming in. Jarvan trying to engage for the side of MBU. Pentheus going to run away. True Shot Barrage comes in, however. Cookie Age getting the kill on Pentheus. Not over until it's over. That now Jarvan EQ combo once again jumps in, has some support from the Victor coming in later. EQ going to come in. Jarvan Cataclysm jumps in, really wants that kill onto Yunara. Very tanky, not going to fall just yet. Tries to run away. Victor going to pick up that kill as Jarvan still alive. Support from the team, and MBU is just walking all over St. Clair at the moment.
Ooh, that was an absolutely perfect play for MBU in there. Like the ultimate from their Ezreal there, that was peak there, peak ultimate. They're trying to shoot in there and, you know, get the basket in there. And yeah, I think like you said earlier, Carl, like they have the advantage as well. Like we talked about this on pregame as well. Like they do have like the advantage here in terms of champions in here. So it's gonna be a little rough now to, you know, as to SEC to catch up for this. And Barca again on the bad spot.
Yeah, gonna have to watch those engages from the driver, and I know you want to pick up some vision, but watch out. True Shot Barrage comes in and deals significant damage to St. Clair, and now this is a big fight happening. Pentheus jumping in with the Crescent Guard once again, and is gonna left out alone from the rest of his squad, isolating himself, and it's gonna have to fall, but gives the opportunity for his team to pick up a kill in the meantime, as right now the tides turn, and it's gonna be MBU just completely ravaging St. Clair's side. And now kill comes in from Cassante, not necessarily going to fall just yet, but overall that's not the result you want from a team fight for the side of St. Clair.
Yes, that is just, you know, it's really hard now to catch up in here at this point, because gold wise, experience wise as well, like we can see here Cassante and Autumn here has the same level, but if we're looking at ADC side,
yeah, definitely looking for an interesting interaction here in the bot lane. We're already in St. Clair's base, 23 minutes in, 2 base turrets down, and MBU is very happy to just walk away from this and seal their advantage, basically.
Yeah, and you can see here, oh, Crystal found
Bang,
Autumn.
trying to look for more opportunity, but Maelstrom gonna be locked in. True shot barrage combo, and MBU 2v4 we're able to pick up that kill. Victor gonna come in with the support from that teleport, and now we've got a bigger squad to deal with. Watch out, St. Clair. 4v3 currently, make it 4v4. Victor solo handling Parka once again, have to fall here, and it's Pentius running away with his life. HP is dwindling down, able to pick up the kill on that Karma, and now it's only 2 left to fall. Chaos Storm once again getting bigger and bigger, and St. Clair's advantage is only getting smaller and smaller. Quadra kill for MBU.
That is crazy, and he get the ace. Yeah, yeah. I think it's over now. But if you think it's over, like I think it's so rough now.
It's not over until it's over. I'll definitely say that. But it's
until
a hard
the Nexus is
to come
down,
back
no.
from.
Until the Nexus is down, like we might still have a chance here at the same time. But looking here at the replay, you can see here, Crystal just
Beautiful combo from these two. Just lining up the stun with the True Shot Barrage and really securing that advantage for NBU on that bot side. As we fast forward a little bit here to this this Shockwave play, but it's not going to be enough to bring it back for St. Clair, and you know, just the advantage is just too big. We need damage dealers on the side of St. Clair, but we don't necessarily have that just yet. We have no real like powerful engage. We can't really peel for our Yunara. It's a little bit difficult to select a good team fight, and you know, really have those opportunities and be able to structure a good team fight from front to back. So very, very hard for St. Clair at the moment.
Yeah, it's really rough right now for St. Clair to like catch up here at this point, because they're just gonna be like poking here. Oh, we can see here Jarvan and Pentius. Saw Jarvan in here trying to run away here for a bit, and Parka is trying to like catch up in here, but I think everyone's just gonna back up in here. Like,
Yeah,
you can hear the pings as well, you know, like just like fall back. We don't need a clash in here, like
once again, really just trying to deny that vision as much as they can, and just invading the enemy's jungle. MBU seizing their advantage so far, and they're going to make it even bigger with this Baron coming in. Going to be a big power play for them, as St. Clair potentially trying to answer on the bot side. And watch out where you teleport, my guys. 5 members of St. Clair are ready to accompany you, but with the use of a flash and of an ultimate, going to be able to walk away somehow.
Yeah, like
without dying here, which is pretty impressive to say the least.
That was impressive from MBU, you know, and SEC is just trying to back off here, but MBU is not letting them back off here, and we can see here MBU trying to get their inhibitor now. So yeah, it's gonna be rough for SEC to defend here right now, because MBU has like Baron, has the Fort Drake, and you can see
and looking
Jarvan
to seal it away. Jarvan here hops in, EQ combo with the Cataclysm, True Shot Barrage, and X-Tech Ray being able to lock out that carry on St. Clair's side. And now it's only Cassante and Zaku left to defend this base, but this base is made of cards, made of paper. It is very frail at the moment, and it's not going to hold down. The House of Cards for St. Clair is right about to fall, as we see the last hope, Pentius, falling down as well, and now there's nothing left.
Yeah.
MBU just running through St. Clair's base, Baron advantage, objective advantage, gold lead, everything advantage that you want, and they're gonna walk away with game 1.
Yeah, they're just walking away with game 1. Oh, they're just like, you know, like they're thinking like, where do we get wrong in here? Like, our picks are good, the early game was good, like we're trying to get those gold and everything. Like, what happened? You know, like, I mean, pretty much for me, they were like doing good on early game, but at the same time, MBU's objective here is just, you know, pushing them back now, and yeah, it's just really hard for SEC.
A pretty rough first game for St. Clair Saints Academy. Felt like they just couldn't get off the ground and run. seems to be a common thing with our league teams lately. They just can't really find true momentum in their first games. Kind of a slow start. A little bit of a common theme. But the Academy team, it really was slow. I mean, those first 7 minutes, first 8 minutes, no real big engagements, and the team, couldn't really find an advantage early on. And as the game went on, I have in my notes here, at 13 minutes, I mean, St. Clair got the first blood.
Yeah.
If you can take something away, Pentheus with that first blood, that was kind of a good start to the game. But immediately after that, it was 1-1 in terms of kills for MBU, and quickly after that, 4-2 for MBU, and they didn't look back, right?
Yeah.
I have here at 13 minutes up 6-4, and around 17 minutes they were up 10-7, and at 23 minutes, 20-11. You're just not going to come back, right? That goal differential, and you look at the objectives. They got all 3 grubs. They got Herald. They got Baron. They were just able to control the map, control the objectives, control the flow of the game.
Yeah.
Break it down for me, guys. That first game, Varsity, what was the biggest glaring issue in your opinion for SAC Academy, and how can they fix that issue and bring it into game number 2 and try and get a win here?
Yeah, I mean, definitely hard to start with such a lead like this. That's Buddy Capybara. Nice
My
guy.
little boy.
Nice guy. No, definitely hard. When MBU gets the snowball rolling, it's gonna keep rolling. It's only gonna get bigger and bigger, and that's a common theme, right, with League of Legends. It's if you get that early advantage and you know how to secure that advantage and not give it up, it's really hard usually to come back and flip the table, turn the tides, I would say, right? Really difficult, and I think MBU really managed to exploit that aspect of the game, at least in game 1.
Yeah. Miguel, what about you? Anything you noticed from MBU's side that looked really good, or maybe something that St. Clair can take from that first game into that second one? What do you think?
Honestly, if you're gonna ask me, we can see on the bot line, MBU just really pushing back St. Clair here on the tower, which is St. Clair is having a hard time as well, because of in terms of range as well, it's really hard for them to try to get gold, and then because towers trying to hit the minions, and if you don't know how much damage you're doing in early game to get those gold, it's gonna be really rough. So I think MBU's play to push them back on their tower, trying to push them back, is really just an amazing play for MBU in there on that side, because it was a good gameplay for them to just push their ADC back and their support. Yeah, it's just really rough for SEC to get those gold and experience-wise disadvantage, no?
Yeah, okay. So you're going to go with the bot lane, the ADC, and the support as the key for St. Clair's game number 2. Kind of get the ball rolling a bit faster, try and find some early advantages, maybe try and push MBU underneath their tower. I thought that Victor was pretty important there for MBU. I felt like a lot of his ults were very critical, and the range aspect that he brought to that mid lane was super crucial for MBU in that first game. But gotta wipe the slate clean. Game 1 in St. Clair's minds can't have happened. You have to go into game number 2 with a fresh mindset. And it all starts once again in the draft. We know this is not a fearless draft, so the strategy could change up a little bit, but St. Clair can also rely on some of those familiar picks that they may enjoy. And I mean, same goes with MBU, right? They had a really strong draft, I thought, as we take a look at the stats from game number 1. I think those numbers got to be a little flipped for at least the team kills for St. Clair and MBU. 32 for the board, or on the board for MBU, 24 St. Clair. A lot of kills ended up happening, but they just didn't happen early on. What do you guys think? I mean, we're looking at some of these stats here. Again, like I said, the Victor, the Ezreal, 2 crucial parts, but the Karma, really kind of an underrated pick, and something that you mentioned in the draft process, Horacio. 22 assists on the board there for MBU.
Yeah, I think really played a critical part. In this game is I'm gonna go one step further with what you mentioned with the Victor. I think not only the Victor, but the carries in general, right? So Victor and that Ezreal really picking up on all of those kills and those gold early, and really setting the advantage for MBU. And another thing I'd like to point out, I mean, for the side of St. Clair, we see this bot lane, 0 and 15 cumulated kill and death score. You just can't be putting out a performance like that if you're trying to win. I mean, it's kind of the hard truth, but we're trying to avoid as many like giving away as many picks as we can, right? We have certain objectives that we're trying to look for within the game, but if we're gonna die every time we try to reach some of these goals, then it's not gonna help our case.
Yeah, and maybe you gotta rethink your strategy for the bot lane, right?
Yeah.
Those picks and those bans. Maybe you have to focus some champs that might be giving you some trouble, and try and find some kind of advantage early on, and that will start with the draft process. But I believe it's time for a quick break. Grab your snacks, grab your drinks. We'll be back with game number 2, St. Clair Saints Academy versus MBU, coming up after this short one.
None more than Calamity, though. Left in 5, he'll be shut down. The rotation was for Cumberland, but St. Clair breaks through. Oh, Katie!
Situation now 1-on-1, 1 HP on this solo. 1 bullet is a 4-person 1v5. Stand against the rest.
Guy to this ball, guy to get down, maybe even get one for the road. Own standards here in this overtime period, because if we concede a goal, it's over for them.
He's doing a lot of damage, but he's got a TP over. He avoids Ego. Bob Waena, no flash, no problem. St. Clair. Back already so low. Redx taking down 2, taking down 1. Immediately, this should be all she wrote. Soaks with 1 on the icy. Stand and kill the whole squad.
first gamer tag in like 2008. I had the gamer tag Apple I-50.
McBender 91.
Alonso.
Oh, it's a terrible gamer tag. Dan 2 Rock 4.
God Rupert. C9 Frosty. I wasn't on C9.
Sock my sock. Like the Pokemon, not like I don't know. Yeah.
Electro Knives. Oof, oof. Two Z's, by the way. Oof. I don't know what I was thinking.
It was like either Mega Jack or Super Jack and then some numbers when I was like 6 years old on Minecraft.
That's absolutely horrible.
Favor, none more than calamity though. Left in 5, he'll be shut down. The rotation was for Cumberland, but St. Clair breaks the lead. Oh, kidding me.
What the heck is that? Situation now 1-on-1, 1 HP on this solo. 1 bullet is a 4-person 1v5. Stand against the rest.
A guy to this ball, guy to get down, maybe even get one for the road. Our own standards here in this overtime period because if we concede a goal, it's over for them.
He's doing a lot of damage, but he's got to keep you over. He avoids Ego. Bob Waena, no flash, no problem. St. Clair.
Horse back already so low. Redx taking down 2, taking down 1. Immediately, this should be all she wrote. Soaks with 1 on the icy. Scared to kill the whole squad.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to our Saints League of Legends Academy stream. Something I'm quite happy about. We get to spread the love around St. Clair this week with NACE playoffs starting. Some of our teams are just finishing up their regular season, so we get to have some teams on that we aren't used to, not accustomed to. SEC Academy making their first appearance on the streams this year. Not off to the best start, down 1-0 to MBU, but they have an opportunity here. They have a chance to bring it back here in game number 2. Miguel, we were talking over the break about the pick and the ban phase for game number 2, and you had an interesting point, someone that you thought St. Clair might look to ban out. Throw it at me. Let's get our reaction here on the desk. Come on.
Oh yeah, so we were talking about Jarvan in here. Like we can see it earlier in game 1 that they're when Jarvan's trying to rotate on bot lane, like bot lane is like having a hard time to like retreat here because as soon as Jarvan land the spear there and try to ult, like if he get one, even though it's ADC or support from SCC, like MBU will just take that. Like it's just easy money.
Yeah, Jarvan was all over the place. He was making it uncomfortable for the Academy teams, ADC, and their support in that bot lane. There they are at the end of our aisle, I guess, farthest away from you guys, the viewers, Crystal Fang and Parka. Kind of a rough game, like we talked about right before the break.
Yeah.
Varsity will kind of break it down for me. What do you think that they should do? You know, maybe it starts in the pick and ban phase. Maybe it starts a little bit earlier on in the laning phase. What can Crystal and Parka do here in game number 2 to kind of turn the tide in their favor and show that, you know, St. Clair, their ADC, their Academy ADC, Crystal Fang, can... Uh-oh. Whoa.
Ooh.
Nice toss.
Nice
Can
toss. Nice
shift
catch.
the tide here in this series and make something
Gotta share the
interesting of it.
pre-fire.
Yeah, I mean, got to share the wealth around here. The pre-fire, it's too good, right?
Have to.
Break it down for me, brother.
Yeah. As for the bot lane, I think something I'd be looking forward to in game 2 here would be to potentially back away from the Enchanter support role and potentially go for a more engage playstyle, something that's more directed towards, like, you know, going in there, going for the engages, going for the fights, and creating opportunities for yourself, right? We saw Yunara, which is hyper carry herself, not really suited to go with that Soraka. So it's a bit difficult to get these opportunities when you have someone that's not really there to create said opportunities for you, right? So I think that looking for potentially a better pairing in that bot lane would be something interesting, something that they could look to in that draft pick or in that draft phase rather. Also, I would say definitely looking to try and give the less picks that we can, right? If we're looking to achieve a goal, you know, try to get some vision over towards Dragon, over towards a certain bush, or trying to, you know, get some priority, do it together, make sure that we're safe while we're doing it, make sure that we know where the enemies are, kind of all the stuff like that that can minimize the risk of damages.
Yeah, so just a kind of a general, I would say, kind of, I don't know what the right word is, kind of reverting back to basics, right? Your fundamentals, understanding how the game is flowing, but also, you know, don't pick a champ like Yunara and not follow through with some kind of value, right? There was literally zero value out of that champion in game number 1, unfortunately, for St. Clair as we head into our draft phase. MBU, second time in a row, they're just going to insta-ban that Nico. Such a strong champion. We see it banned out all the time, both, I guess, now in the Academy streams and the Varsity streams. Miguel, break down Nico for me. You know, what do you think makes this champ so powerful, and why do we see it banned so much?
I don't know, because, you know, how big is his AoE in here, honestly, the CC much as well. Like, you can at least, if you are in a good position in here, you can bring up at least 5 people on the air in here, honestly. Good position on Nico, good envy on Nico. Like, we can change, the game just changed, no?
Yeah, I mean, you ban out a super strong support early on. That calls for, you know, kind of a game plan shift. We look at the side of SCC Varsity. We saw this ban the first time. It's already slipped my brain. You said it was a target ban last night. Break down that champ for me, and while you're at it, kind of break down MBU's second ban as well.
Yeah, Vex being banned again by St. Clair, probably going to be, once again, a target ban. Not a typical champion once again. Going to lock in the Azir ban as well, something we saw in game 1. I think, you know, that's fairly reasonable, just trying to get out the options for the mid laners on the enemy's side for Missouri. Just trying to tackle these champions. So far, we were seeing the same bans as we saw during game 1. So looking forward to see if we're going to have potentially a similar draft as we saw in game 1. I think for St. Clair's side, at least, they should be looking to diversify, at least on the bot side, on the bot side, right? So looking for more opportunities, trying to lock in potentially a better support combo, a better fitting duo on the bot lane. Poppy ban going to be coming in, so locking that away from Missouri's side on a potential first pick. Oh, never mind. Wukong blind once again being banned out. playing tricks here
Similar
in the draft phase, as we see the major blind picks that are going to be locked away is Aphelios. Now that's an interesting one. Not necessarily know if that's going to be locked in or not, but that would definitely be something interesting to see in the bot lane.
It is going to get locked in. Aphelios, Miguel, any thoughts on Aphelios? I see your face is kind of lighting up here. What do we got here, buddy? You think this is a good pick, or is MBU kind of starting out this pick phase a little shaky?
No, MBUs really want to get this game too. Like, they really want to finish this so early now, honestly. They got their best pick in here for their bot lane, which is Aphelios. So I don't know how SEC is gonna counter this. Honestly, we might just go to, you know, like the basic ADCs here, but at the same time, Aphelios is so rough on, you know, on bot lane in here as ADC, you know. So I don't know, we can see, but yeah, I can see like a Blink's crack in here for SEC. So maybe, you know, take that. What do you think, Carl?
Yeah, I think that's going to be definitely something really interesting to see in the bot lane. We talked about going for something more engagey, or something for a more proactive playstyle, and that's exactly what they're going to be looking. We're picking out both the ADC and the support in that first phase of the draft, and that's going to give St. Clair a lot of opportunities to seek out for picks, for kills. You know, Blitzcrank got that powerful hook. Potentially we're going to see an invade level 1 as well, as Maokai going to be picked up as potential good flex pick on the side of MBU. Could be picked in the jungle, in the support, and Gwen is going to follow up, so locking in that top side pick for MBU. Looking to see forward for St. Clair's answer.
Yeah, I mean, our MBU's top laner had a, you know, I would say a pretty decent time in game number 1 against Solitary Skill. You know, the Cassante for the SEC academies didn't have the worst game possible, but also it just felt like MBU kind of rolled everywhere they went. They kind of played together in a, you know, pretty solid way. The third pick for SEC Academy coming in. I'm going to be honest with you guys. This one slips my mind. Someone needs to break it down for me. I think I'm going to pass it up to Carl. You look ready to explain this third pick for SEC Academy. Yeah,
that's Kiana Ban coming in from St. Clair Academy, and they're going to answer with the Syndra ban. So looking away for MBU to ban out some of those mid laners potential on the side of St. Clair. One thing that I'm interested to see is, you know, since Misery locked in that Maokai with the flex potential, we see St. Clair banning away 2 junglers right now in Kiana and Rengar. So they have the potential. I'm assuming, right, St. Clair is seeing this Maokai as being a support, which is the most common type, I would say, right now in the current meta, but it's still possible to play him in the jungle. So Misery could potentially just look at playing Maokai in the jungle and just neglecting completely 2 of St. Clair's bans.
Yeah, I'm very interested to see what MBU has up their sleeves. Is that the Jarvan ban, the final ban for MBU? We talked about that, Miguel, early on. The Ivern going to come in for the side of SEC Academy, but interesting to see MBU banning out one of their stronger champs last game. Jace potentially going to be on the board. It is going to be on the board for MBU. Quite an interesting comp from both sides right here. The final picks going to come in. St. Clair leaning heavily towards those jungle bans, the Wukong, like you said, the Rengar, 2 champs that are very strong in the jungle, and the Mel coming in as the final pick for MBU. St. Clair, what do you got for us? Katarina, possibly
that's interesting
as our last pick, as these rosters get locked in for game number 2. Break it down for me, guys. What does the Mel and Katarina bring to the table here?
Okay, that's okay. We talked earlier in the pre-show about how we like standing around the meta and playing around, you know, the typical picks. That's not something I see usually. That's something that's going to be very, very interesting to see as we see the picks swap around. Katarina in the mid lane, potentially just trying to counter that Mel. Not necessarily sure of what St. Clair is looking for with that, but we're definitely asking a lot out of Zaku here. You know, putting quite a big task on his shoulders, and if we let that early advantage slip, it's going to be definitely very rough for St. Clair. You know, we've got that Blitzcrank who can line that task a little bit. You can seek out for some opportunities early on with that grab, but it's going to be quite difficult if the ball starts rolling on MBU's side. It's going to be difficult to catch back.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it. It seems weird. It feels like when I talked to Pentius, he was leaning more towards those meta picks, right? And so far in these draft stages, I mean, we've seen some good bans, some really strong champions being banned out, but in terms of picks for both sides, some kind of unconventional picks for not only SEC Academy, but also MBU.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Miguel, anything you got for us here as some final thoughts as I head out? You guys can enjoy game number 2 between SEC Academy and MBU.
I don't know. I think SEC is playing on fire in here with fire, honestly, because they let, you know, MBU take their best pick on ADC. So, I mean, if Parka can take... Oh,
and there we go. Blitzcrank looking in for that flash grab level 1. We talked about that potential invade, and we saw that 5-man top lane. And now that that flash is gone, it's going to be very difficult for St. Clair to convert on that level 1 aggression pick, as we see Zaku, careful.
No.
We know that they're going to back after that potential failed engage, and we're going to try to convert on that. Gwen coming in. Zaku has that flash available, not going to use it just yet, but going to force that recall and going to have to back away before that first wave.
Yeah, like Parka just really need to get his hook in here properly, and yeah, I think SEC might still win this. Like if his Severe gets a lot of damage here, get a lot of item in here early game against Aphelios, yeah, I think SEC might still win this. But like I said, SEC is playing with fire tonight in game 2, so I don't know about that. So yeah, you can see here
a little reset, unfortunately, coming in on the side of St. Clair's. Ooh, we see the little engage coming in for MBU, or yes, for MBU. Apologies. But yeah, going to start slowly tackling away those jungle camps, getting the XP rolling, and I'm very much looking forward to see how that level 1 is going to turn out, as we see the Blitzcrank looking for a grab here, going to land it. Crystal Fang forcing the flash out on the side of MBU. Ignite all used as well for Parka. And that's a lot of pressure on the side of St. Clair. And Crystal Fang, watch out for the grab. You're under turret, going to have to use the barrier. Trades are going left and right. The hook is going to come through. Sliver away. Minion not enough to dodge the fatal hook. And now Crystal Fang running away with a sliver of HP. That was a very interesting interaction on the bot lane, as we see mid is already traded that first blood. It happened behind our eyes, behind the curtain, behind all the action that was happening in that bot lane. But the first blood was taken away from Katarina and forced away that teleport on the side of MBU.
Yeah, everything went fast. Like I said, Parka, if blinks, Parka just get his hook right. And yeah, I think this is like a good pick for SEC. Like, okay, they're playing with fire, but oh, we can see their Zuko just died on rotation by Gwen there from MBU. Yeah.
You can't be overstaying like that. You just got that advantage of yours, seeking that first blood, that solo pick. It's very, very difficult to just give up that advantage by overstaying and maybe being a little bit too greedy on the side of St. Clair, as we see here. Ivan coming into the mid lane, going to look for some opportunities, and Solitary Skill dealing with his pushed up wave on his end, on his own top side of the map. Yeah. And the bot lane here, very interesting action going on, as Parka moving around looking for an angle for this hook, and we have Pentius coming down in the bot lane here for a potential opportunity. Watch out as the Sivir is getting very low on HP, but it's the side of MBU that's getting even lower, and Cookie Age is going to fall to this side of St. Clair, trying to give the kill to Crystal Fang. It's not going to be enough. Penty is going to have to flash out, and Zaku, excuse me, is here to pick up the kill, but watch out. You're so low on HP either. If one more turret shot would have done it, and he's able to use that Chumpo and run away.
Yeah, like we just talked about this earlier as well in first game. Like we can see on SCC, their bot lane was just having a hard time, honestly. But mid lane, jungle, and top, like they were like doing good. Like I don't know, like pick wise, that's why they're having a hard time here. But at the same time, right now for me, MBU's pick is like so good in here, and you can see here on mid lane. Trying to, poke a Mel here back, but Zuko. Yeah, like we just play for pokes here. Like even our top lane is just playing safe honestly right now. Like he doesn't really need that kill that much, and the rotation from SEC's jungle is just just a good rotation from bot lane in there. And here we can see in the replay there.
Yeah, we see that fight happening as Crystal Fang was already low on HP prior to the action even starting. Gonna force out the flash here on the side of Pentius, and going back under that turret, Twisted Advance gonna try and secure that kill for the side of MBU, but it's not gonna be enough as Katarina, being that mobile agent, that mobile champion that she is, gonna be able to run away with her life in her hands as Crystal Fang just looking to secure that advantage that they have right now. We've got a 1k gold lead so far, nothing too much on the side of St. Clair, but still an advantage nonetheless as Parka potentially looking to
get a hook again.
To land a grab, land a hook, and make that advantage even bigger.
Oh. Yeah, and then we can see here Gwen, Zuko.
Katarina jumping in. Deathload is going to try to secure that kill, but it's not going to be enough. The reflect coming from Ares, and jumping under that turret will be the last demise of Zaku.
Okay, my apologies about that, Zaku, yeah. So, yeah, I think that was like, just unnecessary push there for Zaku there, like a bad play. I mean, we're still early in the game, so as long as our ADC is getting their items, like everything, we might get this back around so quickly, And we can see here Parka trying to land a hook, but misses that one in there. Their Ivy was just like standing in there, patiently, but didn't get hooked by Parka. So I think they're just gonna back off here because they're just gonna wait for a minion, or just
Yeah, I mean Sivir got that gold built up slowly, so going to be able to get that little power spike items, Warhammer and Pickaxe being picked up on the side of St. Clair. Going to help out for that bot lane matchup, right? Going to give quite the advantage. A little bit of a power spike. Going to help with all that as just both teams just trying to slowly keep the farming going.
Yeah.
Not going to get too greedy just yet unless we have a big engage or a big objective to fight for, which Void Grub's coming up, so potentially looking to grab that as Pentius headed towards top lane. We're going to see here Autumn is quite far ahead in his lane, and Solidary Skill is going to look into this opportunity as Daisy is being called upon. Jace going to have to run away. Phase Rush being procced, Flash as well, and it's going to be enough to run away.
That was like a good dash from Autumn, but I think he might.
Be careful, Daisy. Daisy's coming for you, but
no,
it's a little push away, and it's going to be enough. But now that top priority has been secured, and Pentius is going to be able to fight those Void Grubs on his own. We have that big top priority. Fiora coming in to help. We've got both mid laners heading back to base, and that's probably 3 Grubs going the way of St. Clair.
Yeah, so that was like a good objective as well, like trying to poke their top lane and just let their top lane back off in there so that, they can't just steal the Void Traps from SEC. But I think we're gonna trade here as Gwen taking the first Drake, and Pentius just gonna take the void crabs and now. So I think that's like a fair trade, honestly. Like,
Yeah, fair trade. I'd give still the upper hand to St. Clair. You know, they've already established that gold lead, and I think securing the grubs is only going to give them the upper hand on that end. But watch out here in the top lane before you want to hit that turret with those grubs you just acquired. You got to be careful to not to die during that gank, as St. Clair not going to be able to walk away with that kill just yet. But definitely going to hit Autumn's health bar quite a bit, as forces out the teleport on Mel's end, as we see Katarina headed towards the top lane here. Potentially wait a couple more seconds and we're going to see an opportunity, potentially a dive coming in. So we're going to see an empty mid lane currently. Katarina is on her way, and now we're looking for a potential 3v2. Daisy is called upon, and once again, a Solidarity skill hops in. Katarina going to seize that opportunity. Kill comes the way of St. Clair, and now Golden Eclipse not going to be able to catch it, and Daisy, with the aid of Katarina, are going to be able to walk away with 2-0 on that top side.
Yeah, that was like good comms in there. Like Mel was TP'd top, and then Katarina's just gonna, you know, just rotate in there. So our top lane just like want them to pull back in the tower, so that, you know, just play at the back there. He got
Beautiful
JC
parry as well.
Alright, so that was like good parry, and ooh, good save in there as well at the same time, no?
Yeah,
So
beautiful parry, beautiful macro all around for the side of St. Clair. They instantly realized that Mel is TP'd on the top side and going to quickly react, sending the mid laner to help out on the top side of the map, and not going to give that opportunity away.
yeah, that's good, bro. They're, like I said, they were like playing with fire in here because...
Oh, watch out. We've got a big opportunity here. Death Load has been called upon, and it's going to be Mel's W trying to cancel out and mitigate some of that damage coming in.
Landed that hook again, so that was like interesting in there. So that was like a good poke again in here in bot lane, and you can see
And Zaku trying to go in once again on Ares. Going to be able to pick up that kill, but the turret shot is going to come back on his way. He's able to make it away. Pentius with the shield, saving his teammate's life. Wow. What a solo kill from Zaku on the mid lane.
That was absolutely perfect in there, bro. Just a good game for a good support role in there as well for Pantheus. They're just giving the shield for Zaku in there on mid lane. Yeah. So, and we can see here Parka just playing safe.
Oh, landing the grab. Trying to go for that opportunity. Twisted advance, though, forcing out the spell shield on the side of Severe. And Nature's Grasp going on the way of MBU. We're on the hunt on the side of St. Clair, trying to run away as fast as we can. And now it's a counter engage. Zaku coming in. Death Lotus is procced. Crystal Fang on his own, going to be picked off by the enemy's Gwen. Zaku also going to fall. And now it's Daisy falling. St. Clair falling apart. That's 2 kills going the way of MBU, potentially flipping the scenario around.
I think our bot lane there just a little get too comfortable. Like, okay, Parka's hitting his hook in there and everything, but they didn't notice that Gwen was rotating there on bot lane to get the kill for on the bot lane, because, you know, SCC's ADC's, you know, getting those gaps, so they need to like get at least 1 kill on there. So yeah, I mean, it's here in top lane, just getting item here, pushing their towers in here, and JC's just gonna clear that quick. And we see that emote in there. Oh, back and forth.
Yeah, a little back and forth, just trying to trade here left and right, trying to proc that passive, and now Parka's headed towards that top wave as well, so watch out for a hook, Autumn, as Parka's headed your way, and now sidestep, hit him with a little thumbs up emote as well.
Autumn's like in the game as well. He easily just dodging everything, every single thing in there on Parka's Blitzcrank hooked in there, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's the one thing about Blitzcrank, right? Once you have that hook, you can look for that first pick, first fight. But if you miss that hook, it's really difficult to have anything else to rely on, as we see Zaku in the bot lane here trying to look for an engage, but there's another engage happening simultaneously in the top side. Redemption being called upon. Autumn 1v3. No turret to stand under as St. Clair are going to easily pick up that kill. And now bot side, same thing again. One dive goes one way, one dive goes the other, and Dragon goes the way of MBU. So overall, pretty good interaction on all sides, but Ares potentially looking to be a little too eager on this mid wave, as Flashing going to come in on the side of St. Clair and being grabbed back on the last seconds. St. Clair being able to feed that first kill onto Crystal Fang.
That was like good play on SEC there, like trying to grab everything in here. Oh, you can see Gwen trying to get this blue buff here. See Pantheus in there trying to get the blue buff.
Yeah, trying to invade that side of the blue or red side jungle, and now trying to steal that blue buff. Flash Q coming in from Solitary Skill. Big W damage from Gwen, but it's not going to be enough. She will fall, as a little bit of eager coming in from the side of MBU, trying to get a little bit potentially too proactive after lowering the gold cap, or the gold lead, right?
Yeah, like they're just playing good now. They're just playing for picks in here. So yeah, that was like good clash in there for SEC, and you can see here. I think Jace know that he might. I mean, Autumn might just just die in here. So like, I'm just gonna back off. I can feel them, SEC on the grass in here. So gotta back off for a bit. But yeah, and you can see here trying to get the Rift Herald here as MBU trying to gather here, and they know SEC's on Herald right now, trying to get Herald here. So yeah, they're just trying to wait in here, but we can see Skill just hit a rampage in there, getting their Mel on the bot lane. So
ooh,
Parka
looking for some opportunities with that Hex Flash, as we see Ivern tossing in the Daisy. Hook is coming through, Glacial Fragment as well. Crystal Fang going to be able to dish out quite a bit of damage on Steluhu, and now he's going to be able to walk away with his life. Not going to be enough on the side of St. Clair, but Ghost procced. Is that what I saw?
Yeah.
Did I see a Ghost? No.
No.
I must be tripping. Great W parry on the side of Solitary Skill, but now you're going to have to do more than that. You're going to have to run away, as trying to get that Hex Gate, but it's going to be cancelled. Going to opt for the dash over the wall instead. And now, looking on the top side, we forced a little bit of action on the butt side of the map, and that's going to allow St. Clair to seize this opportunity on the top side of the map with that Rift Herald.
Yeah, I think that's a little bit fair here, and SEC is on the gold lead right now on almost 3k gold lead in here. I think, yeah, SEC is still doing a really good job in here right now. Like, they're like playing with fire, letting MBU take a fail use and everything, letting MBU take a best pick, their best hero, best champion pick in here, but ended up, just dominating them here in second game.
And we see Nature's Grass coming away from MBU, gonna really seize that engage, and are gonna be able to pick away Parka, potentially get rid of Daisy as well. But that's gonna be very interesting pick coming away on the side of MBU after getting their mid turret stolen away, right? We've seen St. Clair getting that big advantage, and now the flank comes in. Solitary Skill looking to counterattack. A rebuttal coming from Ares, but it's not going to be enough, as Solitary Skill, with the help of his teammate, going to be able to pick that kill down. And now Zaku gets a bit of damage on the enemy's Maokai, and overall turns out pretty good interaction for St. Clair, but it's not going to be over, as MBU is hungry for more. Gwen is going to jump in, but
Parka,
they are not alone. Parka able to grab that potential grab later if they back out. Not necessarily going to be able to, as MBU is out of the fray.
I think that was like a good idea to back off there, like for MBU, because they're just gonna do nothing in there. So happens here in mid lane, and Skill just trying to get those pick in there and everything. So that was good. That was good kills for skill there.
Yeah, it was definitely a good opportunity at first for MBU. You know, use that that Maokai ultimate, that Nature's Grasp, and seek out for that first kill. But after that, we need to be able to. I feel like we're lacking the ability to respect the enemy's answer and the ability to fall back far back enough to get away of the enemy's reach, right? We see that flank coming in after that from the enemy's Fiora, so that's something that St. Clair is able to salvage and mitigate the damages, and now we see them seizing some very important objectives as Tier 2 turret in the bot lane going to fall, and Hextech Drake going their way as well, so that's 2 for 1 on the side of the Dragons, and now that's Otacon that just spawned. So very good on the side of St. Clair to synchronize all of these objectives on the bot side of the Rift, and potentially just taking away everything for the side of MBU right now.
Yeah, but I think MBU knows that they're here on Otacon right now, and there, Carl.
As we see here, MBU speaking about taking away Otacon on the side of St. Clair. They're not looking to give it away so easily, and now St. Clair is a little bit late to the party as they're going to look for an opportunity. Parka looking for a grab here, going to jump in, silences everybody with a static field. MBU walking away with that Otacon, and now 5v5 still alive in the bot lane. Going to look for that opportunity. We're on the hunt. We're seeking for that Death Lotus, and Zaku hops in, going to go with the Shumpo, going to get that double kill, going to fall right after though with the Mel, and now Crystal Fang able to pick up that third kill. Not going to necessarily be able to pick up much more though, but will be more than happy to walk away with a 3 for 1.
Yeah. That was like a good trade. Like Parka trying to sacrifice here because SEC need to grab Otacon here, but at the same time it was like a good trade to like dive in there, trying to get the good pick, and ADC having a free hit in there. So yeah, I think that was like a fair trade, honestly, for SEC.
Yeah, definitely great opportunity on the side of St. Clair, and they are able to respond to it as well. Very good on that side, you know, seeking for those objectives and seeking for those big team fights, as we saw this replay right now, right? We have those big fights happening. We've got the Blitzcrank falling in the first place, but then as soon as we have Zaku going into there with that Death Lotus, it's all massacre happening as we see this other fight potentially going in, and now it's going to be Parka falling again in the first place, but this time there's no chase happening from the side of St. Clair, and it's going to be them running with their tail between their legs.
Yeah, because honestly, it's better than to like get an item in here at this point. Like get still on you know, gold lead in here. So I think sacrificing Parka was somehow okay. So we can see him here on bot lane right now.
Yeah, going to be a big fight in that jungle, and now Nature's Grasp going to make it much harder to escape that fight, and now we're stuck in between that wall. Death Load is going to try to do as much damage as we can, but it's not going to be enough, and Zaku is going to fall on his own.
Yeah, I think right now they just really SEC really need to, you know, play properly here. They need to communicate properly here. Who's they're gonna get who, or trying to get hook in here, trying to get picks, because if one of them die, like I said earlier this game, they were like playing with fire because letting MBU get their best picks. We have Aphelios and Gwen and JC here. It's gonna be rough for SEC here in mid game and late game in here at this point. So they really need to, like, you know, play safe in here, play to stick together, and yeah, and we can see your skill.
Oh, now solitary skill head into that bush with the face check. Gonna land a parry, and Hook is gonna come through to support him. Hit that plant as well. Gonna give him a little bit of leverage to run away, but it's looking like it'll be enough. Gonna land some abilities from the Ivern here. Trying to run away and not cause too many damages, as you know, we saw St. Clair establishing that early on gold lead, and slowly it feels like it's been slipping through their hands right now, right? We had like, what, I think it was a 3.5k gold lead at some point, and now we're back at 1k. So I'm gonna really need here to secure this team fight in order to secure that kill, but no, it's gonna be the side of MBU just picking up that first kill. And now the task is much harder for the side of St. Clair. Nature's Grasp gonna be used once again from the Maokai to try to look for those damages, but it's going to be very difficult, as we see Ares here dishing out quite a bit of damage on Parka, and now he's going to have to run away, as we have no real support on the side of St. Clair. We're 1 man down, and it's going to be very hard to secure that fight with a man down. And now MBU are all eyes on this dragon.
Yeah, like I said, SEC just really need to stick together and communicate better in here, because they're picking the wrong guys in here. They're trying to rotate here, trying to get picks, trying to get good hooks and everything, good set. But at the same time, MBU is just waiting in there to, like, you know, for SEC to engage. So yeah, they're like always prepared. So they just really need to like play safe in here and everything.
Yeah, I think it's definitely going to be important for St. Clair to seize those opportunities and look for those objectives, as right now the lead is slipping away from them and slipping through their hands. Now, like I mentioned, the gold lead being smaller and smaller, and we're going to look to secure those mid-waves priorities, as we have, you know, side lanes being pushed out slowly, and potentially a big Baron fight upcoming. What do you think, Miguel?
It's so, I mean, Fiona's like bot lane right now, so it's gonna be rough in here. I mean, both top lane is just in bot lane trying to clash each other, but it's gonna be rough for SEC here because they need a lot of damage in here at the same time, you know? And you can see here, I think there's like a huge clash in here in mid lane.
Right now, and big fight happening. Yes, indeed. Nature's Ground is going to be called upon. Parka going to fall, and now Deathload is being called. Zaku not going to be able to secure a kill with that, and that's going to be already 3 kills going away of MBU, and now the chase is on. Solitary Skill are going to have to run away from that, and they will leave him away. But now there's going to be a turret, and that's going to be 3 kills for the side of MBU.
That was like 4 death in there, so yeah, it's so rough. Like I said, they really need to communicate so better in here, because they're trying to get picks, but they don't know which to get in here, and they're like keep dying, like trying to engage in here, trying to get pokes, and we can see it in a replay right now. Like,
yeah, I mean, look at this. Parka's trying to go for that kill opportunity. He's going to leave Crystal Fang completely isolated, completely alone, and Colton just gonna seize that opportunity, right? You're gonna try to get an engage. You're gonna try to get a pick, go for a grab on one of my teammates. Then I'm gonna go in your backline, and that's gonna completely shatter your team fight around, right? You have no real
damage.
Carry or damage to fall back upon, right? So
yeah.
Now the fights are going the way of MBUs, and so is the gold lead.
Yeah. So yeah, like, SEC really is just playing with fire in here, and they really need to, you know, finish this early as well. Like, they were doing good on early, but at the same time, the items wise, like even the champions, no. So like MBU has like a higher chance to, you know, win this game at late game.
Yeah, and now that's going to be Baron being picked up for the side of MBU. Huge power play, and now the hook comes on the way of Parka, going to try to secure that kill onto Aphelios. Not going to be enough, as his team is not there to follow up onto the grab, and now MBU are just going to walk away with a free Baron buff, only making the gold lead larger, and that's nothing to help the side of St. Clair right now.
Yeah, so I don't know, so it's really rough for SEC right now, because like I said, they need to communicate to who to engage in here and everything, because if they don't have that, oh, you see here,
no vision on the side of NBU there, but they're going to spot out the two intruders on the side of St. Clair, trying to flash on to Pentius, trying to grab that kill, going to respect the escape attempts made, but potentially try to keep the chase going and try to, keep the hunt rolling, as we see here on the side lane on the opposite end of the map. Fiora picking up that tier 2 turret, and now in the bot lane, in the meantime, it's all hands on out onto Parka, and now he will fall once again, not being able to secure that first pick for the side of NBU, and St. Clair trying to answer with a siege onto NBU's base. Gonna get that inhibitor secured, but NBU is here to potentially answer, as they answer with an inhibitor take of their own, and potentially even a Nexus turret, right? We're potentially able to end this game. What is happening? Are we even able to secure the backs in time? I don't know. We've got 2 Nexus turrets down, and that's potentially the Nexus itself that's going to fall, and it will fall indeed. What just happened? Everything crumbled so fast. It felt like St. Clair had the advantage there, but they just all gave it up in an instant of seconds. What happened?
I'm just as confused as you guys watching the end of that game. It kind of looked like both sides were pushing for each other's bases, but NBU just able to come out on top 30 minutes into that second game, and it really felt like NBU had just kind of gotten the ball rolling at the very last second, taking the Baron, and then, using that momentum to push SCC Academy's base. So we can take a look at the kills favoring St. Clair for game number 2, but unfortunately they were just not able to follow through. And gentlemen, I'll bring it up once again. The objectives for NBU really outweighed SCC once again. Dragons in favor of NBU, Baron of course in favor of NBU, and this time Atacon going in favor of NBU again. As we take a look at some of the replays from this series, both of these teams, a hard fought series for sure. Varsity, your prediction coming to pass, unfortunately for right. St. Clair, 2-0-4 NBU. But gentlemen, give me your thoughts on this game. Miguel, I'll start with you. What do you think SCC Academy can do looking forward as they head into the playoffs?
Honestly, I see them play now because they play so far away to each other. They just really need to stick to each other here when we're like in, mid game, like 20 minutes out, like we're like have an item and everything. So we just really need to stick out and communicate well in here, because we can see everyone's is just scattered away. Everyone's like not in each other. So and NBU is just sticking together, trying to get at least 1 kill. If someone's there, like at least 3 people in there, they take it, because they have like 5 people trying to invade someone in there. So yeah, like it's just easy kill for NBU in there. So yeah, I think for me, the hero wise, champion wise, they pick is good. SCC is good in there, but at the same time, they just really need to like communicate well here, like which objective to do here, because clearly there were like a lot of errors seeing the games since game 1 and game 2 in here.
Yeah, communication is key. Being on the same page, as always, in League is a very helpful, strategy, I would say.
Yeah.
Right. Varsity, what about you? Anything you can take away here from this 2-game set?
Yeah, I think going to touch a bit more on that game too. I think one big thing that happened for St. Clair, we saw them getting the ball rolling early on in that game 2. They got some first bloods, they got some kills, they got that gold lead as well. Everything was going well, going their way, but I feel like they weren't really able to. How do we say it? I feel like they weren't really able to seize and use that advantage their way.
Capitalize.
There we go. Thank you. Capitalize off of that lead and really get the advantage going their way, because we saw NBU really just coming back like it was nothing, right? It felt like they've had the advantage the whole game, and I feel like the draft kind of played a part in that, because we had St. Clair, picking those big picks. We had the Katarina, we had the Blitzcrank, 2 really opportunity-seeking champions that if you don't get like an instant, really stomping kind of game, it's going to be hard on that late game to grab back the pace, and that's exactly what we saw.
Yeah, I mean, kind of a rough night for SCC Academy. Fortunately for us here on the desk, we do have an interview with one of our Academy players, Parka Lane. How are you doing, my friend? Hope that loss, you're not taking that loss too much to heart. How do you feel after that one? What's, might be having some tech issues. I don't know.
When you asked, I said no.
There we go. Oh, we heard him there for a second.
We heard him there.
I got the question in my mind. It's not going to escape me this time, gentlemen. It's not going to escape me this time. Possibly coming back very soon. But, I mean, like we talked about, guys, the objective's just not going the way for SCC tonight.
No.
Just unfortunately, weren't able to, kind of like we talked about, really after game one, get the ball rolling. And in game number two, it felt like they did have that chance, but a couple team fights right at that end point didn't go their way, and they just lost control there, and MBU is just able to rush into that base and really one-shot those towers and that Nexus, right? So, kind of a rough night, but I think St. Clair Academy was kind of expecting that one. They know MBU is kind of the top dog here in the Plus division.
There was that.
And they looked really good tonight. I thought a lot of MBU's players looked pretty solid, and their picks really benefited them, and their bans, I think, benefited them as well. They kind of put maybe SCC Academy into an unfortunate situation. But now the interview is in fact ready. So we are back here with Lane Parka. How are you feeling after that set? I know it didn't go your way, but anything you can take away from that one?
I mean, we figured that they were much stronger on paper anyways. Brand new roster that's been really playing together for like less than 2 weeks. So, just happy that like in the second game gave them a little bit of a scare early on. But other than that, like nothing too out of the expected.
Okay. Looking a little bit more on those draft picks, I'm a bit curious on those champions you selected. Those Soraka, the Blitzcrank. I wanna get your explanation on why those like more unexpected picks.
Well, game one we needed an enchanter. I'm role swapping to support. It's not my main role, so my champ pool is very limited at the moment. Enchanters aren't my strong suit. Soraka is one of the few I can play, and we needed one. And we figured that if we can just sustain through laning phase, that come endgame, Yunara should be able to carry, but we obviously didn't get there. So for the Blitzcrank, it's just like a comfort pocket pick. With how bad we lost game one, we just wanted to introduce some sort of fiesta into the game, see if we could make something happen, and it worked out early. Just obviously didn't get the result we wanted.
Yeah. So my question for you here is like, for the communication wise, because I can see you were doing your role perfectly. Like, you know how to pick them. I see it on second game, like, you know how to pick them, trying to hook them. But apparently your teammates like always a little bit farther on you, Like, what do you think about that?
Yeah, that's just a symptom of us. Like I said, we've only been playing together for less than like 2 weeks. And so we all have different ways of kind of how we think each game state should have been played. But once we get that ironed out and we're all on the same page, it should look a lot cleaner, have better results.
Yeah, well, better results will come very soon. Thank you, Lane, for taking the time out of your night tonight to talk to us a little bit, kind of breaking down that game for us, and good luck in the future in the playoffs and also on the TFT team. I know you're part of that as well. So, and go Blue Jays.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks, guys.
Have a good one.
Thank you.
Well, guys, a pretty good night here at St. Clair. Not the results we wanted, but we got to share the love to the Academy teams, the league team on the main stream tonight, the Rocket League team also on the second stream tonight, all going swimmingly. Some final thoughts, gentlemen, as we kind of wrap this one up. Anything else you want to add onto this series, or we kind of all burnt out on this one? What do we think?
I mean, yeah, like I said earlier, like, just communication-wise, I mean, Parka already explained that they're really brand new right now, so they really don't know what are they doing. So we've talked about this, like what role, what kind of picking I'd really think of. I said like I'm going like in my comfort picks, And Parker explained like, yeah, they were like playing for comfort picks here and everything. They haven't really, you know, trying to play for the team, honestly, in here. They're just trying to play for like their own comfort picks here. So yeah, I think once they get through in that, I think, you know, our academy team might win this next season, no?
Yeah, I mean, they looked, there was some promise there tonight. And 2 weeks together on that team, that you kind of
still strong, honestly.
They had some moments tonight where I think they could have turned that series in their favor. Unfortunately, didn't go their way. Varsity, any last words from you, my friend, before we wrap this one up? What do you think?
I mean, I was gonna add something about the series, but I kind of got distracted. I noticed under my desk here there was something, and
what do you got?
I wonder what that was.
I got one of these too.
I saw you had something similar on your
Hold this
on your
up,
desk
guys.
here. What exactly was that?
I'll break it down for you, brother. We got
I need some explanation here.
Land of the Dead going on
what is this beautiful
this
poster?
week here at St. Clair. We've got a Halloween-themed event. We've been plugging it a lot recently on these main streams. Land of the Dead, our Halloween-themed event, $1,000 prize pool,
$1,000.
split between Valorant, Overwatch, Clash Royale, and a costume contest, of course. It's Halloween. What else more could you ask for, right? Valorant, 2v2 skirmish event, Overwatch, classic 5v5, Clash Royale. You know Clash Royale. It's a 1v1, right? A best of 5 grand final. There isn't much more you could ask for. We got a little bit of casual activities as well. Dead by Daylight, some Black Ops Zombies, some Five Nights at Freddy's. And if you are a TCG enjoyer, come out and please hang out with us. We are looking forward to it.
Give me a zoom on that QR code.
Scan that QR code.
Give me a big
MJ,
zoom on that QR code.
There
here.
we go.
Sign it up.
Yeah, come out for Halloween. I know, you know, it's a Friday, but come support us as students. It is a student-ran event, and we would greatly appreciate it. That would be fantastic for you all to come out and, you know, enjoy your time here at the Nexus. It's going to be decorated. It's going to be lively. We are hoping, and by the way, it's all going to be on stream too. So if you want to, you know, hang out with us, catch a little bit of grand finals action for all those games, it's going to be a good time. I mean, you guys will both be there. Scale 1 to 10, Miguel. How excited are you? 1 to 10. Quick.
I'm like 10 right now.
10.
I'm excited, bro. You guys gonna see me cosplaying there, bro.
Okay.
Like,
don't reveal the costume too early. Now, Varsity 1 to 10. Bring it at me.
10 is too low. 10 is too low.
10 is too low?
Of course it's
1
too
to
low.
100.
No, 10 is too low. We got 1 to 10, and we're 12.
Okay, we're at 12. All right, I'll go with you there. I'm at the 12 as well. It's going to be a good night at the Nexus, and we don't have the poster here, but we have a World's Watch Party going on November 9th at 1 a.m. here at the Nexus. Do we have that poster? I don't think we do, but that's all right. The World's Watch Party poster. Adrian's trying to find it for us. He's looking around. It wasn't found. They're all gone.
It's
but
lost.
That is okay. A little bit of hectic stuff going on here in the prod room. But that is all for us here at Saints Gaming CA. My name is Phaser. I'm joined on the desk by Carl, Varsiel, Miguel, Hayes. Hopefully you guys have had a wonderful evening with us, and we will hopefully catch you all very soon at Land of the Dead. Have a good night, everyone.
You feel me? Yeah. You feel me? Nah, that's real. Keep it on West Coast, because I feel like we cats don't show us the love out here. Dago, putting on for the town. Tell me about it.